What's going on, everybody? Session number 25. This is Daveford FC. So, guys, we are about halfway through with our first season in the English Premier League for the 2020-2021 season. It hasn't been very pretty. It is actually, we are in about as bad a shape as we were last year in the championship, and then last year's second half for the championship league was just phenomenal. We won on a 16 game unbeaten run. I don't see that happening, not with the likes of playing Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, teams like that. So we got to survive this year. That's all we have to do. So we ended last video at the end of October. We lost in the fourth round of the Capital One Cup. We lost 3-1 at home versus Manchester United. November was a great month for us. We only had 3 games, but we didn't lose. We won 2 games and drew a game, and we ended up getting Robert Snodgrass as I moved him from the right wing over to the left wing into his natural position. He just blossomed. He blossomed forth, and he had 3 goals. He had some assists, and he had a great average rating, and he won the English Premier Player of the Month accolade for November. So congratulations, Robert. And he's asking for a better contract. And I just gave him a contract where he's making triple what he was last year. So you can just wait till your contract's up, Robert. Anyways, was this on for that when I said that? Hello? All right. Last time we started the season with a total of only $11 million in the budget. We didn't have any English Premier money yet, so now we've got a lot of English Premier money. We left off last session with about 35 mil in the bank. We're up to about 42 mil in the bank now, and I asked for a transfer increase. We are now at the end of December 29th to be exact, and the new transfer window opens in a couple days, and we're going to make some major moves for a striker and also for a right winger. So we actually were increased from $1.5 million to $25.95 million. I mean, an astronomical increase for transfer. I'm so happy about that. That could actually save our Premier League season. Because we're just a few players away, honestly. Our defense is stout. We're not letting teams score 10 goals on us or 8 goals. I mean, we've had a couple games against Arsenal and Manchester City, 3, 4, 5 goal blowouts, but I mean, those are the best teams in the world almost. So, anyways, we found out who we're going to be playing in the third round of the FA Cup. That pretty much lets us know about the halfway point of the season. So we are going to be playing Brentford, which is a Sky Bet Championship team. We manhandled them a couple times last year, and we ousted them in the Capital One Cup last year. So we are going to be playing them this year in the third round on December 29th, which is today, and this game will be in the video. So I like our chances. We are definitely the stronger squad, and we should dominate this game. We have already, I've listed quite a few players. Actually, I've listed players that I just picked up this year. And we are getting rid of a couple players that we've had for a couple years. Dominic Samuel, we picked him up on a free transfer. We picked him up from Millwall at the beginning of last season. And we signed him for a 2-year deal. His deal is up this year. But it looks like Sheffield United has offered us $600,000, which is $600,000 more than what we paid for him because we got him on a free. So we're going to sell him, and we are also going to sell Benham Williams. Benham Williams was a much harder decision for me, but Benham Williams he's pretty much peaked for his talent and his possible talent, and he's just not. He's way down on the depth chart now, and we've added a lot of. He plays left back or center back, and we've picked up a lot of great players. We've picked up John Flanagan. We've picked up Sook Young. We've picked up St. Just. We've picked up Calker, and we have a couple youth kids that have really made improvements in McDonald's. So Benham Williams, I wanted to re-sign him and keep him as a backup center defender, but I mean, when Ipswich they offered us 425,000 for him, and this is the only time we're going to probably be able to cash in on him. So I decided to go ahead and accept the transfer. So we've sold two players for $1 million that we didn't pay anything for, which is actually a really good thing. So let's go ahead and now take a look at our finances. And as you can see, we're about $10 million more than what we were at the end of October, where we left off last time. Here's our transfer budget. It's $26 million now. We're spending $775,000 a week in payroll, which is pretty high. And we're going to be trying to bring that down because I've got more players listed, and I've got a lot of players listed on loan, and we actually have a lot of players on loan right now. So profit, we had $6.4 million last month, total of $39 million profit this year compared to $2.3 million last year. The progress on all of our construction to our facilities, our youth facilities, and our stadium, we are coming along fairly good. Everything will be done around October of 2022. So we're gonna have to wait almost 2 seasons for the training facilities and youth facilities, and our expansion to 18,000 seats will be done next November. Looking pretty good though. Alright guys, so let's take a look at our schedule that we've had since the last time that we were together here on YouTube. Manchester United was the last game that you guys got to see. We played Southampton on Halloween, and we actually lost that game in the last 10 minutes. We were at home. It was it was Hallows Eve night. Everyone was dressed up like our football players, and we had a 2-0 lead with about 10 minutes to go, and Southampton came back and drove it right up our ass and scored 3 unanswered goals in the last 10 minutes of the game to win. Very heartbreaking defeat. That was really bad. Then we played West Ham on November 7th. We had a 2-2 draw away. Then we played Bradford City on TV. Home game, November 22nd, we won 1-0. That was a game that I thought that we were really going to win. West Ham, I was happy with this draw. I really didn't think we were going to beat West Ham. Burnley, I figured we were going to beat Burnley, even though Burnley's actually kind of been overachieving. They are, I believe they're in the top 10. But Burnley, we did beat them 1-0. And then we had 3 rough games starting in December. We played Manchester City at home. They kicked our ass. We were down 0-5, and then in like the last 5 minutes of the game, we got lucky and scored 2 goals. So Tottenham Hotspurs, Harry Kane, he had a hat trick. We were away, and they were in their new stadium, and they beat us 2-5. And then we came back at home, played Liverpool, and we lost that game 1-3. And Emery Chan had a hat trick for Liverpool. Now, we're not conceding a lot of goals, guys. In the grand scheme of things, we're really not conceding a lot of goals. We're just not scoring enough. That's the problem that we're having. So we did have a good game against Aston Villa on December 22nd. It was a 2-0 home victory. And then we actually really dropped the ball against Bristol City. This was another game that we really should have won to get us a little bit further out of the relegation area. But we had a very, very, very early Nuha Dickhole own goal from a corner set piece, and then it just kind of fell apart after that, and we lost 0-2. Really bad game. We should have won this game, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. We didn't do it. So, All right, now here it is. We are December 29th, 2020. We're going to be playing Brentford at home. This should be an easy game for us, guys. Theoretically, it should be. So let's take a look at our lineup for today's game. We're going to be going with old guy Sergio Alvarez in the box. Our wingers, well, our back line looks like this. Hegarty on the right. In the middle, Calker and St. Just. Suk Young is on the left. Back line is staying untouched. And you'll also see that Calker's got 4 yellows. Suk Young has 4 yellows. So expect them to get yellow cards and to get suspended. So our defense will be suffering the next couple games. On the right-hand side, we have got Mark Pugh as our right winger. I've moved Snodgrass over to the left to his natural position. He's been playing much better lately. We've got Joe Allen, Richard Smallwood in the middle. Richard Smallwood's been doing really well in the ball-winning midfielder position. He's been the best ball-winning midfielder we've had this year. Joe Allen, he was a recent acquisition back at the middle of October. We picked him up. He's had some pretty good games for us. He's playing much better than Connor Cody. And, well, Richard Smallwood's playing a lot better than Connor Cody. And Joe Allen's playing much better than John Arango. And plus, John Arango is hurt now. So, up front, we're going to be playing Nuha Dickhole, deep lying forward, and Igalo, our advanced forward. So, I'll be honest with you, our strikers have been totally disappointing this year. On the bench, we're going to be running John Flanagan and Kenny McDonald as our defenders. We just pulled back Kenny McDonald on loan. He was on loan at Ipswich, but he is now back on the first squad, and he is going to be playing quite a bit. Our backup midfielders, Connor Cody, Jamie Hansen, backup striker, Lee Angle. Hopefully nothing happens to Snodgrass or Pugh. And once the transfer market opens here in a couple days, we are going to be looking for a striker, and we are going to be offering a lot of money. So, our striker and also a winger. So, all right. Now, as for injuries, we've got Jason Pierce. He's one of our pretty dependable defenders. He's out for another 3 days. He twisted his ankle. John Arango, he's out with a groin strain. He's still out for 2 to 3 weeks. He's been out about a month already. Ben Pringle, he's doing really well. He had a 6-month torn Achilles injury. That was back right at the end of the Manchester United game. And he's actually about a month ahead of schedule, so it does pay to have a really good medical staff. So hopefully, at the end, he'll be back about a month early. So there you go, guys. That is today's lineup for today's third round FA Cup game. Let's go ahead and hit the pitch at home at Daveford FC. All right, everybody, we are at beautiful Daveford FC Stadium, otherwise known as the Dungeon. It is a horrible game outside here at London, England. It is raining cats and dogs. The pitch is absolutely soaked. It is sloshy. The teams have warmed up. Brentford is going to start the game with the ball first. Max capacity crowd here, and the game is underway. So Daveford FC now has the ball. Joe Allen lobs it in. Daveford FC with possession, 60% after about 18 minutes. Almost 30 minutes gone by. Igalo is offside. Wow, looks like we are getting close to halftime already. And the score is 0-0. Wow, that was a very fucking boring first half. No changes for either side. Daveford FC starts the ball the second half. Nice slide tackle by Woods. St. Just, Allen. Hopefully we don't draw this. Key play for Daveford FC. Suk Young throws it into Smallwood. Joe Allen has the ball, kicks it back out to St. Just. Back into Smallwood. Joe Allen looking for something. Oh my God, horrible play, guys. Wow, nice lob into Armstrong. Can Brentwood capitalize? Brentford does not. Daveford FC escapes that one by the skin of their teeth. Well, they're going to give this away to Skybet Championship team. Unbelievable. Well, that'll just allow us to concentrate on the Premier League the rest of the year. Key play for Daveford FC. Pugh has the ball. Haggerty moving up into the box area. St. Just kicks it back out to Sook Young. Joe Allen running it out of bounds, it looks like. Joe Allen, what are you doing? Sook Young to St. Just. Into Smallwood. Dickhole. There it is. Oh, shoots right of the net. Nice try by Joe Allen. 80 minutes have gone by. We are going to make a couple substitutions, guys. We're going to pull out Agalo. He's doing absolutely shitty. We're going to pull him out. Let's see. St. Just, he's having a shit game. Let's put in Kenny McDonald. This will be his first appearance for us this year. And Smallwood's having a pretty bad game. Let's put in Connor Cody. He's still got 10 minutes to get a yellow card. I'll bet you Connor Cody will get a yellow card. And I'm surprised St. Just didn't. Stephen Cocker got a yellow card. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Wow, look at that. Wow, Daveford FC totally played like shit today for the home crowd. Wow, we're going to have to reschedule this game, it looks like, huh? Alright, guys, so, wow, what a pitiful display, huh? At home at the Dungeon. Jesus, a home 0-0 draw to Brentford. Oh, come on, guys. Anyways, we're going to have our replay, which we're going to do in just a couple seconds. It is January 13th, and we will be doing our away replay. Now, we had a couple games since then. We went to Stoke and had a TV game. We drew 1-1. We actually I thought we were going to win. We gave away this game in the last 5 minutes, and our next away game, Newcastle, we gave that goal away at the very last minute as well. So we could have walked away with 6 points, which really would have helped us in the table, but we drew. But at least we got 2 points, and at least we didn't walk away with nothing. So I'm happy, but I'm not happy. So where does that leave us on the table, guys? We are up from 16th to 15th. We basically leapfrogged Bristol City, and we are now a total of 3 points clear from Bournemouth and the relegation zone. So really, we have no room for error still, guys. We are at 20 games played. We are over halfway through the season. I want to show you guys a couple of transactions that have been made. Now, it is, the new transfer window is up, and Rotherham actually made us, I could not turn this offer down, guys. Lee Angle, he's been a very pivotal part of our success in the last 2 years since we bought him. We bought his transfer from Peterborough, and he's been a great asset to the club. We paid $1.3 million for him, which was a ton of money back in the Skybet League, and we are going to cash in on him. Rotherham offered us overtime. This will increase to $3.9 million, and I know it will. Because I know he will meet the 50 games played for them and whatnot. So we cashed in on Lee Angle. We made a couple $1 million profit. Very, very, very happy. But that basically takes pretty much one of our two best strikers. So we did actually get a upgrade for him. We replaced Lee Angle with the Czechoslovakian Vaclav Kedlec. We got him from Huddersfield. We offered a $2 million offer. He has about a $4 million value, and our scouts told us to sign Vaclav whatever the price. So that is definitely an upgrade over Lee Angle. And Vaclav, he can play he can play complete forward, he can play advanced, he can play roaming playmaker, he can play poacher, he can play a lot of places, and it's really good to have him at a steal. I mean, we literally got him for a steal for $2 million, and I'm glad. Next, we spent quite a bit of money on another defender. We picked up Courtney Haas. This could go up to about a $7.750 million transaction. We picked him up for 3 years, just like we picked up Vaclav for 3 years. Courtney Haas, he is a great center back. He can also play left back, and we really need to bolster up our back line. Even though we have a great back line now, Courtney Haas hopefully is going to take us to that next level, and it is pretty costly at $7.7 million potential, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Next, we found a right winger, so we can actually now officially move Robert Snodgrass over to the left. We found this gentleman, Englishman, Ben Marshall. He plays on Derby, and we picked him up for $1.4 million, and it can increase to $2 million. He's also played for Stoke, so he has some Premier League experience, and we signed him for 3 years. And he's actually really excited about joining the team. So we've added a striker, we've added a winger, we've added another defensive man, but all of these guys have played already in the FA Cup for other teams, so they are not going to be eligible to play for our team in the FA Cup. So we are going to be pretty thin. I think our chances at the FA Cup are not going to be very good after hopefully, if we can survive against Brentford. I mean, they already took us to a replay, so we'll have to see how that goes. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for today's replay. Alright everybody, we're going to be going with our best available lineup here for the replay against Brentford, and we are going to be running Sergio Alvarez in the box. Also, our back line pretty much looks the same, with Suk Young on the left, Calker and St. Just in the middle, Hegarty on the right hand side. In the middle, looks like this: Snodgrass on the left in his natural position finally, Mark Pugh on the right. In the middle, we're going to be running Joe Allen and Connor Cody. Up front, we're going to be running Igalo and Dicko, which are actually our only two strikers. So that leaves us really thin in the striker position for the FA tournament. On the bench, we've got John Flanagan, Jason Pierce, and Kenny McDonald as our defenders. Richard Smallwood, Jamie Hansen as our midfielders. We have no wingers, we have no strikers, so hopefully they will not get hurt. Ben Marshall, he is our new acquisition. Unfortunately, he cannot play with us today because he's already played for his old team. John Arango is still injured. He's still going to be injured for another couple. Well, he's on the injured list for another couple days, and then he'll be back. Ben Pringle, with his torn Achilles, still out for another I'd say 2 to 6 weeks. He's actually back way ahead of schedule, which is really nice. Alright guys, let's go ahead and hit the pitch. Alright guys, so it looks like Brentford actually has a really nice stadium. It's at max capacity, it looks like. The pundits have they've predicted Brentford to oust us today out of the tournament. Let's see if they can do it. It's pretty horrible today for weather. It's raining, the field's sloshy, and Brentford's starting the game with the ball first. So Bennett's over to Colin on the right, and we'll see. Wow, I can't believe that we are not predicted to win the game, which we were in the first leg. Suk Young with another yellow card. He's got to be getting close to a suspension. We've had a couple red cards, Connor Cody and St. Just, but we've actually done pretty good. Key play for Brentford. Nice wide open pass to Bradford. Good defense by Suk Young. Collins still has the ball, out for a corner kick. Brentford taking the corner. Angelino kicks it into the box. Calker with a header out. Grid cut to Woods. Wow. Whew, that was close. Sergio Alvarez didn't even get a hand on it. Goes left of the box. Angelino with throw-in. Another key play for Brentford. They're really putting it on to Daveford. Daveford's losing the possession for the possession battle. Suk Young's got the ball. Get it up, Suk Young. Let's go ahead. Dicko gets it to Snodgrass. Nice pass. Into the middle to Igalo. Cody wide open. Shot. Wow, Button. 2 nice blocks. Corner kick for Daveford FC. Snodgrass kicks it in. Nice hustle by Daveford FC. Hegarty has the ball, and we will wait for a key play. Brentford is still winning the possession battle. We are getting close to halftime, And the score is tied 0-0. Wow, this has actually been a really good series, guys. Daveford FC starting the second half with the ball, as Joe Allen has the ball in the middle. Joe Allen got dick hole. Joe Allen's got a dick hole. Nice one. Agallo offside. Still only one yellow card for Daveford FC. I probably opened my mouth too soon. We are at the 60-minute mark. Let's go ahead and see if we can substitute anyone. Agallo's having a bad game. Dicko's having a bad game, of course, and we can't... let's go ahead and switch their roles and see if it's kind of shake that up a little bit. There's nothing else we can really do. Haggerty's having a bad game. That's pretty rare, so we'll go ahead and we'll put in Flanagan. St. Just is having a bad game. We'll go ahead and put in Jason Pierce. Go ahead and pull St. Just out now before he gets another yellow card. He's our new yellow card magnet now that we don't have Tom Gardner anymore. Oh my god, look at that. St. Just gets a yellow card right as I pull him out of the fucking game. Unbelievable. You schmuck. Almost 70 minutes. Brentford actually doing really well. Wow, nice steal by Snodgrass. Can we capitalize on it? God, Snodgrass does not wait for help. We had two other players in the box forward, and he chose to take the shot. Key play for Daveford FC. Nice throw in for Sook Young, but it goes to Brentford. Wow, nice by Kirschbaumer. Bullet, nice wide open shot by Kirschbaumer. Wow, that takes Brentford at home up over Daveford FC 1-0. Daveford FC with a shit performance today, guys. 80 minutes. We've got one substitution left. Let's go ahead and make it. Fucking Sergio Alvarez, you're so fucking gone, pal. Unfortunately, I can't replace my strikers. Let's go ahead and move Snodgrass over to striking position, and then we will pull off Dickhole. In fact, no, let's not do that. Let's just keep it like it is. I don't feel like making any changes. Key play for Daveford FC. We'll probably turn it over to Brentford. No, which we didn't. Allen, Cody. Agallo has the ball. Turns it right over to Brentford. About 5 minutes left. Daveford FC needs to do something here. Horrible ball movement by Daveford FC. They just simply do not deserve to win this game today. Looks like Brentford is going to be sending the Premier League team out of the tournament. Hellenius, wide open shot, just barely left of the goal. Looks like 2 minutes of stoppage time has been added. Key play for Daveford FC, 10 seconds left. They need to do something. Oh my god, what an unbelievable stop by Button. The save of your fucking life, pal. Unfucking believable. Jesus Christ. What a fucking shit. Fucking garbage team, man. Can't even beat a fucking championship team. Are you fucking kidding me? Brentford won. Daveford FC 0.